Good morning. Lovely morning again. I'm just going to go for a little walk around the garden before I head to work. So if you'd like to join me, I'll show you some of my favourite things in flower at the moment. So this is the Cape Mallow, Ansodontia capensis, elegant princess, growing here in a pot. It's pride of place on top of a septic tank. But it's a great plant. It flowers basically. I'd have flowers on it all year round. I gave it a trim back in about the beginning of March, and it's coming into a great show of flower again. Ansodontia capensis, elegant princess. There are a few different colour forms of this on the market now, and they're all really quite beautiful. Then over here in this pot, as I've highlighted this one before in videos, is Coronilla glauca valentina, or rather Coronilla valentina, subspecies glauca citrina, with its pale yellow flowers and a beautiful fragrance. And I love this plant here in front of me, which is Muhlenbeckia zigzag. Love the foliage and the habit of that plant. Walk down the path here. I've got alliums coming out into bloom here. The delphiniums are not just there yet, but they are making their flower there. This is a new addition to the garden. This is a Cornus alba elegantissima, variegated dogwood, trained on a stem. I just bought that there the other day, planted it into the garden. And then over here we have a nice bunch of alliums coming through in front of the Choisya Senta gem, which is still holding on to flowers. The alliums are looking magnificent. And the rose then behind that there is the hybrid rose, or the rugosa hybrid Ritausma. Nice bit of fragrance from it at the moment. Nice long flowering plant. And it flowers through the summer, will repeat flower. The rugosa hybrids, they have this kind of rougher green foliage, which is never, in my experience, bothered at all by diseases, like typical rose diseases like rust, mildew, powdery mildew, and black spot. Might get a bit of an aphid every now and again. Sometimes I might spray for it, but it's such a good vigorous plant. The aphids don't really harm it in any way. And then moving on down here, this is the Lonicera, Chinese species. It's coming into bloom. It's quite nice for a short period of time when it is in bloom. And we'll move around here then into the area which I call the pylon garden. That's one of the restios there, if you can see it. It's the Elegia. So this is the Cornus Kousa China Girl. It's coming into blossom now. It's going to look fabulous in a couple of weeks' time. And here, lower down beside this Formium, which I think is Platts Black, or Blackadder, I think it is. This is the white flowered there. It's a stock Mathiola Incana alba, and it's one which makes like a small little shrub. Beautiful fragrance, particularly in the evening time. And beside it there is the golden leaved Eryngium, Neptune's gold, just about to start flowering as well. You can see the flower spikes coming there. And then as we move over here, these nice grey leaves and stems. This is just coming into bloom now. You can see the white bloom starting there. This is sea kale, Crambe maritima. It's like a great big giant alyssum plant when it's in bloom. I think it's a super plant. Rosemary is still flowering well there. And then one of my favourite plants for a long time through the summer, spring, summer into autumn. At the end there is the Viburnum plicatum Watanabe. And it's in full bloom now, but it will have blooms on the plant there for quite a period of time. It'll keep on going through the summer and a really good flush again in the autumn. So that's Viburnum plicatum Watanabe. And then in the garden here, I have my experiment with annual flowers going on either side of the path, and maybe see if we get down now. Nice bit of growth. It has been so dry. I've actually watered them last night. I had hoped not to do any watering on it, but some of the leaves of the Californian poppies were looking a bit yellow. Some of the things look a bit stunted, so I did a bit of watering. A bit more planting to do up here. Always a bit of planting to do. The anthuriums are going to look great. But the plant I'm really excited about seeing flowering now is this red hot poker. This is Nyphophia northii, which is grown for its great big foliage. Really, really nice, exotic looking foliage. Totally unbothered by any of the winter cold. And then we have this great big, thick, red hot poker flower coming from the center. So really delighted to see that in bloom. And beside it here, really great plant with its red blooms is Grevillea new blood. So it's a low growing spreading Grevillea with these exotic looking red blooms, which are on it for months. Even in the winter, there's sometimes some flowers on it. And then at the back of the border over here, we have the Heuchera Timeless Night. And Heuchera Timeless Night, I think, is one of my favorite of the Heucheras, because not only does it have really good dark foliage all the time, it has lots and lots of these reddish flowers right through the whole summer period and continuing into autumn as well. Heuchera Timeless Night. So that's a few of the things going on in the garden at the moment. I hope you're all enjoying the good weather, getting a bit of gardening done, and see you next week. I'm off to work.